What's happening, sports fans? Welcome back to another episode of Mom and Papa Joe. How about we cook a brisket while we sleep tonight? I've cooked many briskets overnight, but never on video. Let's get into this one. So here's that beautiful prime brisket, man. Awesome marbling. I'm not sure how well you're able to see it. Weighs right in at 18.3 pounds. Heavy, but kind of thin, so it's pretty wide. I'm going to get it to the sink, get it dried off, and be right back. So we're rinsed and dried, and the marbling is much more visible now that it's out the package. As usual, folks, I'm going to breeze through this trim. If you want to see a more detailed trim, I'll place a link to my top left. All right, that didn't take long. Today we're rocking one rub. I'm rolling with that 1836 from Sucker Busters. Awesome rub. Nice and granular, hearty, large chunks, black pepper. Brisket, it's got some nice moisture on it. I'm not going to do anything in terms of a binder. I'm going to be going fat up, so I'm seasoning my meat side first. All right, I think this should do us. We're going to give this a couple of 20, 30 minutes or so to sweat in while we get our Traeger preheated for this long overnight cook. All right, our Timberline XL is preheated to 225. I'm going to be using my second shelf. That's just piece of aluminum foil into a little bit of a pan. I've been very, very lazy when it comes to cleanup. Our brisket has a nice sweat. Now, we all know that every brisket cooks at its own pace, so we don't know what's going to happen overnight in terms of where this is going to be in the morning. But based on what's happening in the morning, we may wrap or we may not wrap. In for the long nap. Good morning, sports fans. It's been 8 hours. We went on at 10 o'clock last night, and it is 8 a.m. And as expected, she looks great. Looks a little dry and crusty. Just a little vinegar and apple cider. Give it a little misting to try to just tone down that crunchy bark. Man, we didn't get much puddling last night, but I'm telling you, that fat feels super soft. We should be pushing 165, 170. I want to get this a little closer to 175, 180. So I'll give this another hour. Just based on experience, I think we're in that range, but it looks beautiful. All right, folks, we're at the 9-hour mark, and I think we are going to butcher paper. That fat is so soft and ready. First thing I'm going to do, though, I want to capture some of this tallow that's in here. You've seen me do this in the past for my butcher paper. I don't need a whole lot of it. Now we're going to get this inside and get her wrapped. So as usual, I'm going to soften this butcher paper with this tallow, not being done for flavor or anything. Any place where the butcher paper is going to touch the brisket. It's also going to prevent it sticking. Here's our brisket. Before I wrap, I do want to make sure she's nicely moisturized. Soften that bark. Again, this is just my vinegar and water. I'm going to start my wrap. Meat side up, fat side down. Nice and tight. And we're ready for the bake. So we're going to let this continue cooking. And because we're cooking at 225, such a low temperature, this brisket is going to finish at a lower temperature. At this point, you could crank your grill up to a higher temperature if you were looking to cook a little faster. I'm not in any rush, so I'm going to continue to rock that low and slow 225. All right, folks, I think we're good to go, man. We are at 5 hours wrapped. And I think this brisket is going to be a great example of when cooking at a lower temperature, how your meat, how your protein finishes at a lower temperature. As we look at this probes like butter, and we're talking 198, 200, 201 in the point. And if we move, oh, this thing feels so soft. 202, camera woman is in my way. That flat is 190, 200, 199, and it probes nicely. So again, great example, cooking at a lower temperature, much longer time, but your meat finishes at a lower temperature. We're going to get this off of here for a nice long rest. I'm talking maybe 3 hours. We're not going to use any warmers or anything. I'm simply going to wrap it in some towels and stick it in a cold oven. My oven is not turned on. All right, folks, it's been a little over 3 hours, and this is how we rested it in the oven, or you could use the microwave or anything along those lines. A little bit of condensation on top. This is pushing right now, right about 150 degrees. Oh, that feels great too. Let's see what we're working with here. Oh, that's pretty. I don't know why we had like a stab wound right there, but that is pretty nice, man. As usual, I'm not going to slice this entire thing because we know how it starts to oxidize. We're going to be serving this on Saturday to a friend that is visiting Texas. So I'm going to stop there. But man, I just want to show you some beautiful slices. Well rendered. Come right across. Oh yeah. Man, that's beautiful. I will stop there. And that's what we all want right there. That is what we've come to know and love. Nicely trimmed, man. You don't have that huge fat pocket that you tend to see right here. Oh, my goodness. That's money in the bank. Oh, here, Mom. Folks, that is melt in your mouth.
Yeah, melt in your mouth.
Melt in your mouth. Goodness. Folks, I don't think I'm going to cut anymore. We're going to just save this so I can reheat and cut on Saturday. Or maybe one more. Wow.
That's gorgeous.
Low and slow gets it done every single time, man. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is pretty much a no-fail cook. If you've got something going, work, you're busy, you're feeding folks, just get that timing right. This took right around 16 hours, a little over 16 hours. And if you're not willing to spend that much time, just bump your pit up. But this is a no-fail method. It works, as you can see. Mom and I want to thank you guys and gals for hanging out with us once again. Be on the lookout for another video coming very soon. And as usual, folks, we want you guys to take care of yourselves, love each other, and we'll see you when we see you. Holla!